Welcome to Shaunie's World. These are just my thoughts with a comedic side of humor. But if you're cool with your girl, go fool with your girl. Appreciate you for dropping by.
Disclaimer. How deep is your love for me? Drew Hill said that back in the 2000s, baby. And sometimes you are very protective for people in your family, for people that are your friends, people that you just love to death. Some people will go through the trenches for you. And you definitely have to be honest with yourself. You know these people's temperament. When you tell them something that's bothering you, they're going to go hard in the paint, baby, because they're going to let these people know, don't mess with this one over here. So I'm taking you to Brazil. Baby, y'all don't play no games. Now, there's a husband, I'm not sure of his fate, but I can tell you that his wife had, and we want to say allegedly, because I wasn't in Brazil that weekend, okay? But she was complaining to her husband about a particular manager at this supermarket that she was employed at. And I guess the husband either got too many complaints about this same person, or all he just needed was one complaint. Maybe his wife was crying or something, and maybe he just don't like to see her cry. But baby, what he did was he he drove up to that store. He walked a few aisles. He picked out a weapon of choice, which happened to be a hanging shovel. He walked around the store for a little bit. He just looked at stuff. La, 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 la. He waited to see where the manager was. He found the manager. This store wasn't empty. This store was actually pretty busy. He waited till that manager was distracted. He picked up that shovel like he was getting ready to batter up. I was born to swing. Hello? And he swung. Hit that manager on the back of his head with that shovel. All them people heard was boing. Everybody turned around. Nobody did a damn thing. Do you hear me? Nobody busted a move. Everybody was just like, mannequin challenge. Now I get it. You're probably saying to yourself, well, you got a shovel, Shaunie. What more do you want them to do? I don't know. Because sometimes when you're in a situation, your legs freeze up like Bambi, honey. You be sitting there like, what do I do? But I'll tell you what. There were some employees that actually did something. They took matters to their own hands and they ambushed this man, tackled him like they was playing football or rugby, okay? And they kept him on the ground till the police showed up. Now, you're probably saying, well, Shaunie, what happened to the manager? He got hit and didn't know he was about to get hit. And he got hit with a shovel. The brain is hard. The skull is hard, but baby, that's a blunt hit to the back. Did it die? You know, after a few business minutes of him laying there, he gets up. And that's why I'm like, well, shoot, he must have been a hard-headed kid growing up. You know, your parents always say, well, if you get a head injury, you just get up like nothing happened. You was hard-headed as a child. Well, the injuries that he's going to have, and I don't know if he's going to have long-term issues, but he's going to have head and ear trauma so bad that he is sustaining a hearing loss. I'm not sure in both ears or one ear. They did tell him to go ahead and file a police report. Honey, you wouldn't have to tell. Well, they probably had to sign it to him because now since he's lost his hearing, he out of there. You see how life can change in the blink of an eye. This is why I tell people to cherish the stuff that you could do now, because at any moment you could just be disabled and shut down, and you went from saying, hi, I can't hear you, to you don't want to be out there like that, even though ASL is the shiznai. I love me some good old ASL. But the fact is, he didn't know he was going to get hit in the head that day. Now, I don't know what he did to the employee to make the employee vent so much to her husband that he said, let me go ahead and put my life on the line for my wife and hit somebody on some almost meditated murder, because that man could have died. And who's to say that he's not having complications to this day from getting hit upside the head with a shovel? Like, it could just be blood seeping out of his head. We don't know. People in the supermarket must get hit with shovels every day because everybody just turned around like, bidi bidi bamba. And that is so not a Brazilian song. That was definitely racist. No shade. I just love Selena. But at the end of the day, sometimes you have a person that's going to be the hero. They're going to step up and they're going to prevent any other harm. And then you have some people that are too scared to do anything. And sometimes you do got to mind your own business. And then you have some people that's like, well, he had to do something. So whatever that man did, he did it in vain. I mean, he did it for a good reason. I don't know which side of it is, and I couldn't tell you which side I would be on, because I am learning that I could sit here before you and tell you all the things I could do and want to do. But in the moment where I'm involved in it, I may freeze up and hit you with a, you know, you see how I sound like that? That's how I might be, because I have a life to live too. I can't fight everybody's battles. But I know that lady got fired, and I know that man, her husband, got arrested. Baby, I do not want to know. Like, he really swang from way back in the 80s and came back with it. I'm so surprised that that manager is here to see another day. Baby, y'all do not fight fair over there in Brazil, baby. And y'all probably might need to reconsider having the shovels on the floor. Y'all might need to have them above the freezer or something. Somebody need to get one of them little forklifts and get up there and get it. Or just get one of those ladders and get it. Because having it on the floor puts y'all at a risk. Because anybody that don't like your service can hit you with a shovel. Ooh, child, imagine if they would have had machetes available at reach. He probably would have chopped you up like confetti. Either way go, ma'am, you see that your husband is ready to go to war behind you. You have to be very mindful how you tell him about things that affect you. Now, again, I do not know what this manager did to this employee to give this type of reaction, but I'm telling you, there are some people that go through the trenches and they don't care about no damn jail. Now, I don't know the jail conditions in Brazil, but he didn't get too shiznai's about the conditions. He just wanted to satisfy his wife and make sure that she hadn't had no more problems. To the employee that did the rugby type tackle on that suspect, thank you. Because if you didn't, he probably was going to finish the job. And then all of y'all would have had to remember the next few days, damn, I should have stepped in. But again, you have to pray about it and make a judgment, because you too could help and be a victim as well. So I'm not telling you go be no superhero. I'm just telling you that the guy that stopped more from happening is a hero. But I wish you the best of luck with your healing, and you better press charges. You better. You don't do nothing else, you better. And if you can't hear me read my lips, you better press charges. But I'm just the messenger, baby. It's your girl, Shaunie B. If you're cool with your girl, go on food with your girl. Make sure you check out their website. Yes! www.shauniebeentertainment.com. Check out the fan gear, option to drop donations. No pressure to do either of those two, because I do see the likes, the shares, the comments, and I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. So let's hop in them comments. Again, we gotta remember with our ugly ass is that there's a lot of people that we can tell some stuff to, we can vent to, and they're gonna let that sit. They're gonna be calm, and they're gonna give you some resourceful ways to resolve the issue without violence. Then you're gonna have your friend that's turned. They ready to lose it all behind you. They're gonna say less, shh, I got you. Point them out, point them out. And then you got that one that's like, just quit. So you got so many different levels, and you know who to take this story to, because you know who's going to fix it, who's going to, say nope, digress from it, or who wants to tell you to walk away from it. But at the end of the day, if you give somebody some information and they choose violence, then both of y'all are going down, because you don't know what their temperament is going to make them do, and you have created a problem, okay? But in due time, we got to figure out what happened, and we got to figure out if he pressed charges, okay? But y'all be safe out there. And until next time, next story, and I'm out this